And hello. Welcome to the
Hello.
Kunark Ascendant expansion stream. I'm Rice Schuler. Some of you guys know me as Roshan. And I'll let the ladies introduce themselves.
I'm Holly Longdale. I'm the executive producer of EverQuest and EverQuest 2, and I'm really pleased and excited to introduce to you Lauren
Me as Roshan.
McLemore, who
And,
will introduce herself.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a new producer on EQ and EQ2, and I'm super excited to be here with you guys. I'm gonna steal the stream, but no, I'm a total nerd, love playing board games, all sorts of awesome jazz, and I'm always looking for raid groups, so if you want to play with me, I'm sure I'll tweet out my handle later, but yeah, excited to be here.
Yeah, so she's helping me on EverQuest and EverQuest 2. Super excited because we got a lot of stuff to do and to talk about, like today, Kunark Ascending. So, Rye, do you want to go over the top line? Like when it's releasing.
Well, let's see if we can get that to pop up right here.
Ooh.
So pre-orders are now available. You go to our website.
Ish. Yeah.
Ish. Go to the
We're
website,
publishing.
a couple clicks to get through. You should be able to pre-order the expansion. If you pre-order, you get a level 100 character boost, which it's pretty good.
It's pretty awesome, yeah.
So, like, for example, Lauren, if you'd like to get started on a server of your choice, volume. How much volume would you like? All of the people, all the volume?
Hello.
Technical difficulties.
Right, pre-orders.
Pre-orders. So, for example, if Lauren's trying to get, in the game,
Yeah.
you pre-order the
leveled up.
expansion, get a level 100 character boost, you can play with people on pretty much any server.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
And then outside of that, Kunark Ascending, the expansion launch is Tuesday, November 15th.
Yeah.
Which you can kind of see down here right below the stream.
Oh, you're pointing at
I'm
things.
pointing, so you
That's
see
like,
how
oh.
yeah.
Wow, it's like professional almost.
It's like a whole professional stream, so you can't actually see the slate here, but I promised you it exists.
Super exciting. Yeah. So, and with the level 100 boost, we're doing like we did last year. We're running a bunch of promotions week over week so that it'll help you level up and gear up your character for Kunark Ascending, which has a ton of amazing features.
So those will start every Friday at noon.
Mm-hmm.
So for the people who are asking in the forums, it hasn't started yet. Friday at noon. Roughly around when each promotion starts, we'll let people know what it is. But every week there'll be a reason to log in, to gear up, to level up, and get ready for Kunark Ascending.
Right. So Lauren and I are going to get back to work here and hand it off to the people that know all the details and are going to give you the inside scoop on Kunark Ascending. And we're super excited. We want you to come play with us. So have fun. Get in the beta. We really want your help. And that will be live
Beta probably Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
On October 11th, most likely, unless something crazy happens.
Right.
And
getting the pre-order gets you access to beta. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hopefully we'll see you there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bring on
the next people. And while everyone transitions in, I'm going to pop in our camera action? 2-camera action. You can chat for a little while these other guys transition in. Why don't you introduce yourself while everyone comes and sits down?
My name is Robert Fouts. I'm Keith on the forums. I am the systems guy here for EverQuest 2.
What does systems guy mean?
Systems guy means I pretty much handle anything that has to do with items, spells, and any type of abilities. Any type of kind of mechanical behind the scenes thing. I do that for pretty much all of the game and touch a little bit of everything. Hopefully, not driving Kroll and Kathiel there insane when I do, which I probably drive them insane a lot. I've been doing this now for about 4.5 years, and I'm really excited about what we've got coming out with Kunark Ascending. I think you guys will be really excited with me in a minute here.
I haven't actually unmuted you guys, sorry.
You've been working really hard with getting the progression going and wanting to fine-tune that.
Yeah,
that's been really awesome.
Getting the progression back into a place where people are really excited about progressing and feel that progression is something we've all been working really hard about getting done here.
I'm going to pop up this one real quick. Let's have Chris lean in a little bit so we can see him. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about what you guys do here?
Chris?
I am Chris Gerlich. I'm an EverQuest 2 designer. I do content, heroic and solo dungeons, and I do a lot of time quests, and a bunch of other little things, really.
Yes.
That add up to big things, hopefully.
I'm Kay Thiel on the forums, Nathan McCall, and I do a lot of the live events and quests that you find in-game, as well as lore and storytelling.
Hi, guys.
And pop this one up over here. So we'll go over here, and hopefully that will be completely awesome if I can actually figure out how to get each of these to click through. So let's talk a little bit about Kunark is Ascending. What are our expansion features? So I click here, and if it actually works, it'll be amazing. Ascension classes. So what is this? Any of you guys?
You should go with this,
Okay,
Rob.
Chris, while we do this,
You
go ahead
developed.
and log that character in, please. So our Ascension classes are basically they're a way to continue your progression and your power gain for your character without actually just adding, hey, I'm getting another 10 levels of this, my class. Ascension classes are a way to continue that progression in a way that's quantifiable and you guys see real gains through in-game work. They've got really powerful abilities that are tied with a great lore for how you gain each individual Ascension class, what the kind of the mechanics and the lore behind them are all tied together for a fun flavor that we've never done before in any of our games, but I think is going to be really fun.
Did we want to pop anything over here or just go through this one? Is there something here that is Ascension class-esque? Not yet?
Not yet.
All right. So
Now, the other thing about Ascension class, though, is that there's going to be original appearances
Yes.
for when you become that Ascension class. And those classes are unlocked only after you've done certain things. You've progressed through both your character and through content.
Yeah, so each Ascension class has a core. Ascended Being is the epitome of that Ascension class. So you'll be unlocking a unique appearance for if you see someone that has this appearance, this illusion, that they have put in the work to level that up to get that powerful, and someone else that hasn't done that isn't going to be quite as amazing as someone that has put in all that work.
We can show one of
We
the,
will be showing one. Yeah, we'll be definitely showing one in a moment here.
okay, let's go through our list here. Epic 2.0.
Epic 2.0s. Now, Kunark, of course, brought us epics. They are synonymous with one another, not only for EQ, but also for EQ2. So here we've got Epic 2.0s. And so I just want to make sure that everybody knows this is going to be ascendancy required. So you will be working through your Ascension classes, and then you will get to unlock your Epic 2.0. And this is a long string of quests that are archetypal, but have very class-specific steps within it. So you'll be at some point with your archetype and doing the same things, but looking at or trying to find other things from each other because you're a different class.
And we need our first epic to do Epic 2.0?
Yes.
Okay, so
not epic repercussions. You need to complete the first epic legitimately
so
from start to finish.
So if you guys haven't completed your first epic,
Now's the time. Absolutely. And it'll be using all of Norath. So it's not like it's just going to be in this one expansion, just like with the other epics. It's going to send you all over. And there are going to be no map ROIs and those kind of, quest flags or feathers over people's heads. It's going to be very much a community-driven, everybody come together, tell people what you found out, put together the clues that you are finding.
You may be on the quest and not even know it.
Invisible quest, what?
Get your investigation hats on. Now, Nathan did mention that you're going to actually have to have a level of your Ascension class for Epic 2.0. Just to spell that out, you have to be Ascension level 5 to be able to even start your Epic 2.0. So don't go crazy trying to find it before that, because otherwise you will hate me and.
You'll just drive yourself insane.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
All right.
okay, so let's get to the next point over here, which is, if I can actually, boop, mercenary gear.
Very useful, Rob.
Mercenary gear, as everybody knows, mercenaries are awesome. Some of you have had the same mercenary for a couple years because you found the one you love, the one that works best for how you play, or just the one that looks the coolest. But as you also know, they've been falling behind the curve. so they don't gain as much power as a player does, because a player gains awesome gear. So now mercenaries can equip gear. We'll show you, walk you through that process a little bit when we get over into the gameplay. But that's the basic. You're going to make your mercenaries more awesome with you.
Yeah, and you don't always have to replace your merc to keep up with your power level. You can now give them items to keep. You get to keep your same mercenary and increase that mercenary instead of having to replace it.
And then for people who are maybe coming back to EverQuest 2, if you purchase Kunark Ascending, you get the mercenary feature with it, assuming you don't already have it.
Right.
So if you're coming back, you get the mercenary feature, you get the mercenary gear, and if you pre-order, you get a level 100 character boost. So, I mean, it's much easier to get into the game if you want to come join us in EverQuest 2 for this expansion.
Absolutely.
I think we got Wardrobe tab.
Wardrobe, it's another feature coming in with expansion 13. One or two people may have been looking forward to this for a while. I know it's not a huge thing that people have been packing full, like, gigantic bags, absolutely crammed full of gear so that they can keep their appearances. Well, now you'll be able to actually take those all out of your bags, put them into the wardrobe tab, and be able to access those as appearances at any time. So those very tiny amount of people that have been looking forward to that, yay, it's here.
Your sarcasm is pretty thick there.
There's an awful lot of people who are chatting just yes, yes, capital letter yes, and chat here. So it seems like Wardrobe might be popular.
It might be, yeah. A little smidge.
And if I can get to the right mouse here. And this is also something that people are looking forward to as well.
As well they should, yes. Emily has been, Domino, otherwise known, has been working very, very hard at new trade skill recipes. We've got some a signature quest line that she's been putting in, and the way that it weaves in with the adventuring quest line is pretty spectacular. So yeah, we've been working close together on that, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited. I think that players, when they get two different sides of the same story and they get more details from doing the quest through adventuring and through trade skilling, it just totally makes a bigger world.
For sure. So from here, are you ready over here to pop on?
Yeah. And
that
here
doesn't
I
look
am.
like
and,
where we
that
should
not
be.
be where I no. No, I should be.
That's not the... Okay.
Did not mean to go in there.
So this is the City of Mist waterfront estate.
Yes, so this is the new Prestige home that will be available for Collector's Edition. I believe it's Collector's Edition. It might be Premium Edition. I'll have to check with that. But for one of the editions for the expansion, you will get this City of Mist waterfront estate. Now, one of the really awesome things in here is this whole water functionality that we've got in
Look
here.
at that architecture.
Because it is both waterfront and water inclusive. You have a lake in your house. Some people call it a swimming pool. This is a little bit bigger than any swimming pool I've ever had. With that, pool has functionality. Maybe you need to clean it out. Maybe you've got a couple Sarnak down at the bottom that need to be drained. Oh, you can drain your moat. Hooray!
Get those bones out of the bottom.
You can drain your moat. You can fill it up. That will actually remember where it's supposed to be when you zone back into. So if you want everybody to zone into your house at with no water in it, then you can do that. The architecture in here is fantastic, and this is a glimpse of what the architecture is you're going to see in the Adventure Zone as well. This isn't a portion of the Adventure Zone that I know of, but it is the same architecture and same general feel. So yeah, we have that house. Let's go ahead and all the way out to the edge of the lake area there, because this is one of the things I'm really impressed by. Go ahead and all the way out. Is the total all the way to the edge of the pond behind you. Yep, and turn around and look out at the ocean. It's that whole you are really on an infinity pool type of look is one of the things that really impresses me about the whole thing. Let's do a quick scan around, and then we'll show you some of these things you may be glimpsing in the bottom there. You may not. I mean,
Something might have caught your eye.
Something might have caught your eye there.
Let's pop up the pre-order site just real quick so people kind of see what we're about to look at here. So if I can scroll down here. So it's the same format is last year. Standard edition, collector's edition, premium edition. Standard edition comes with mercenary gear, comes with the level 100 character boost, comes with the pre-order bonus item. If you opt for the collector's edition, you get the mercenary, you get the Skyfire Phoenix mount, you get the star here, which, assuming that this actually mouse is over, is the housing item that teleports you to one of the zones that you start Kunark ascending in, and the painting, which basically shows the key art that you can put up in your house.
It is awesome.
The house that you're seeing right now comes with both the collectors and the premium edition.
Right.
So the house we're going through, the blocks which we'll show you in just half a moment here, and some of the crate here that has, well, we'll talk about this in just half a second, all comes with the standard edition. Premium edition will have more better mount. We'll have more better infusers and additional crate. But let's pop back over here to the house and the blocks here that we were just talking about.
Yeah, these are your building blocks that you'll be able to place with the City of Mist Waterfront Estate or anywhere else. But you'll get a recipe book so you can craft these and make as many as you need to be the absolute house builder in the world. So yeah, I mean some of these are great, but they're obviously pulled directly out of the same architecture as the City of Mist. But they're fantastic. The detail work in here is amazing. And that's the end of the building blocks here. So we're going to move into one of our vendor crates, which is another item that you'll get in the collector's or premium edition, depending on which one. So you've got both of these are vendors crates. They do a reduction of broker prices. One of them will have an 80% reduction. The other one actually goes all the way up to 100% reduction, so no broker fee whatsoever. They are, just like any other vendor crate, they get placed in your house as you put them on the broker, so you can really show off your swag. My swag is in my swag. So, and here is our key art painting. This is I actually just really like it. So, key art painting showing off the key art for our Kunark Ascending. Let's go ahead and move on to. This is our Phoenix statue. You're going to want to scroll in and get a little bit of the detail work on this. People are going to love this.
So this is the pre-order item, correct?
This is the pre-order item. So you have to pre-order to get this statue, and you'll be able to place it in your house or guild hall. And just like our last year, it will actually give you an in-game buff as well, but that is secondary to how amazing that thing looks.
I'm going to pop this up for half of a second here. So pre-orders are available. You have to pre-order prior to the launch date to get the statue we're looking at right here. Our launch date's Tuesday, November 15th. If you pre-order, well, I guess anytime you buy the expansion, but if you pre-order, you get it immediately, the level 100 character boost. So statue come with pre-orders. Pre-orders are available until we launch. And if you purchase the expansion, even if it's during pre-order, you get a level 100 character boost.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on. This is our teleport item. Another great, little. The art has been fantastic in here, but this will teleport you directly to the expansion zones, and this comes with, I believe, any of the collectors or premium edition. So yeah, and last but not least, we're going to go ahead and give you a little glimpse of our new mounts here. This is our Phoenix. This is the Skyfire Phoenix. He is the new mount that will come with the collector's edition. And then we've got next to him is I don't remember the name actually, but
Fennis.
Yeah, thank you, Fennis.
Fennis the Menace.
He's our upgraded, amazing, armored Phoenix that you will get with the premium edition. Both of these, just like last year, you will be able to upgrade in game after also unlocking things in content. So we're going to go ahead and
don't take them in water.
Segue directly into a couple of the systems explanations really quick so we can get those. Chris, go ahead and do one more thing in there, and let's pull out that Merc.
You got it.
They're both the Merc. He's wearing the gear, which comes with the level 100 character boost.
We'll
save
in
him for last. You want to go to the wardrobe?
Okay. Let's go ahead and do the wardrobe. Yeah, right. Good call.
Or, I'm sorry, the mercenary gear.
Sure. One of those. Pull one of those out and we'll talk about it.
Get this out of the way.
So this is actually just the this is an old Merc, so we're just displaying mercenary gear on a couple of different things. So here's where you see your mercenary tab now has mercenary gear on it. You'll see there's right now 4 unlock slots. The icons for the ones on the right aren't quite in game yet, so they're just kind of glowy white blobs, which is perfect. On the top left, you'll see your armor slots for any kind of armor you want to put on these mercs. You can, so player armor fits on them. Or there's also mercenary specific armor that you can also put on them. But obviously, you can mix and match as you want for the stats that you most desire. Let's go ahead and equip a couple pieces on there real quick. You'll notice while he's doing that, you'll notice that it didn't go on there, but
There we go.
I
heard it. I heard something.
And we'll go ahead and we'll keep talking there. All right, so you'll notice below that the yellow bands around the a couple of the slots. Those mean those aren't quite unlocked yet. So mercenary gear does come with, you have to train your mercenary up. You start with those 4 slots, and as you rank your mercenary up, you will unlock more of them. You'll unlock that, or you'll train your merc just on the bottom there. You'll see a tab for click to start training. You just start training. It's some time investment. You can try to speed that along, but you don't have to. It's just a time investment to train your merc up. So each merc you get will have its own training schedule. So you invested in training your mercenary as well and make it more awesome.
So chat's asking, mercenary gear feature website says once per account. If you get this, once you have the mercenary gear feature on your account, each of your characters can take advantage of that, correct?
Yes. Yeah,
So-
you only need one. That's just the feature to use anything, and it's only applied to an account, not a specific character. So that's not very clear. We'll get that cleared up.
Okay, and just
Go ahead.
before we start running out of time, we should probably get into some of the zones and showing people some of the game, unless there's something here we need to see.
I'll show the last mercenary here.
The new one.
The new
That is
one.
the new mercenary. Let's actually show the wardrobe tab really briefly.
Okay.
So wardrobe tab, not the merc gear, the wardrobe
Oh, I'm sorry.
tab.
Wardrobe.
Yeah. So wardrobe tab, you'll be able to fill your wardrobe in with lots of different things. You'll notice there's a couple things in there already. Go ahead and drag a piece over there, Chris. You'll just drop it in. It takes its place, and it fills in those slots. Go ahead and go to your appearance gear, and we'll show them how to actually apply that really quick, just to make sure everybody's aware. Now, this is dummy compliant, by the way, which is, by the way, not as in I'm a dummy, but the house dummy compliant. So you can actually use these on your house dummies as well. So you'll just have a flyout that lets you select the appearance gear that you want from your wardrobe. To unequip it, you just right-click on it and unequip. All right, so we're going to go ahead and zone you into a couple of zones.
Now here's the mercenary for the. Is this the collectors?
That is the also, Chris, as you zone in, let's go ahead and cast that Ascension spell, please,
Oh yes.
and then get to zone in and showing some amazing, awesome zones. Scroll in so they can see it. So this is our Ether Lord Ascension illusion. It is the magic-based Ascension class, and this actually will convert all of your damage for both yourself and any of your pets into magic damage. All of the Ascension classes have that essential mechanic behind them, so each Ascension class has a core damage type or elemental type, and you will convert everything you do with those classes into that damage type, with very few exceptions. Auto attacks aren't changed because your weapons still are going to control that. Let's go ahead and show some zones.
Cool.
We'll have a lot more details for this. We'll get some posts up to show detail for everybody because I'm sure there's a lot of questions.
A lot of excited questions. Yeah.
And this is Obulus Frontier. This is the. Take it away.
Sure. This is the northernmost section of Kunark that is being revealed for this expansion. And if you used to look at the map of Kunark, all of the north side was unreachable. And so now we've got like about half of it that is reachable, and We are going to be telling some great stories in there where you are finding out, number one, why it is that this area has been obscured, what's been going on there, who's actually been taking over or has been just trying to eke out an existence here during all of this time, and how that then ties in with the Ryle and Venril struggle going on in Kunark. Of course, this doesn't look very Setherian.
I wonder why that is.
Go! You'll be exploring quite a bit of this. You'll be seeing places that you totally recognize from EQ. Worslick's Wood, you can see down there below. Chalp, which is the Giants' fort. And now we just popped into... This is another section of Obulus Frontier. This is a mystical garden that is near that city that you were just seeing a moment ago. That city is Nicolona, by the way. So these are the gardens of Nicolona. Now, this is Twark. And Twark is the goblin... the goblins took over these Ixar ruins, and they've made it into their own city of Twark.
And these are all new Kunark goblin models.
They look so good in the
Updated.
zone. You can see, yeah.
Who can we blame for these goblins? Tom Toby? Somebody else?
Oh, well, some animation, I'm sure. He's had his hand in some fun stuff like that. But Dave Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were like, well, we'll just use the original goblin, the original Kunark goblins, and he was, no, I want to make better, and he certainly did.
Tom Toby's in chat. He'd like to blame Chris Atkins.
Oh, okay, we'll do that. Chris Atkins is to blame. Take it. They are awesome.
Tim Hadelar was the one that did the. You can blame for all of this beauty.
Yeah, the entire zone art.
Yeah, the zones look great.
Is this not amazing? So right now we're outside of the Crypt of Dalnir.
Yes.
Hence the ghosts and the
Sarnak ghosts. Yes. And if you remember
crypt-like entrance.
Remember from EverQuest, it is the home of the Cly, a Sarnak wizard, which I can take you to.
But first, we get to see our loading screen.
Not new. We'd like to consider it classic.
So while we're zoning in here, I'm going to revisit a little bit of what we weren't able to touch on Ascension class real quick. So Ascension class, you're going to have to actually level up as well. You'll gain through progression some baubles that allow you to continue going. Each Ascension class has 10 levels. All the spells within them have a full range of tiers, so you'll want to level all that up. And now we've got awesome.
Yes.
So the story behind this is that you've got the Cly. He's creating an army to protect his sanctum.
Just real quick, Ascension class. So saying it's popped up in chat a few times. Raiders, solo players, how will this affect them differently?
Well, everybody has it available to them. They're all based off of your stats. So if you're better geared, the Ascension classes or Ascension abilities will definitely be a little bit different hitting. You also need some different strategies with how you use them, depending on the things. Now, there are some things, some combos that Ascension classes will also be doing together. So, a couple of Ascension abilities may combo into some amazing, awesome, smackdown as well. So, more coordination will give you more and more flexibility with it and more power with it.
That's cool.
This is the Cly. He is a lich. This is his, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a ritual bed. He's got his needles that pump him full of blood, keeps him alive over the centuries. It's powered by magic, obviously, because he is a wizard.
And blood.
And blood. The blood of the sacrifice goblins. Here's a couple awesome
Because why else
Sarnak
have goblins?
statues that are puking blood into his blood pool. We try to make sense of this all. There's a reason for all this. And you could thank Brandon McDonald for this zone, because he is a master at dungeon design and just in bringing the actual, like, the feel of this chamber together. Just this menacing feel to it, this dark, sinister feel. And these are the new Goblin models. They're like half goblin skeleton and half goo. And the story behind this is that the Klai captures the goblins from the overland with using his Sarnak Ghost army, and he throws them into these vats and fills up the vats with goo, which melts away their skin and consumes their bones. And now these are not really undead; these are actually goo creatures that now have bones, and they can wield weapons and do whatever they can to destroy you.
Sentient goo. What everything's needed.
Let's take you to what else we got.
Just so you know, we're about 31 minutes in. So if there are certain things we want to highlight, we should probably do that sooner.
I'm just going to run around showing zones.
Well, we're at the loading screen. So a question that's popped up a few times, upgrading mounts. People who were confused with upgrading mounts for Terrace of the Lumbra. Curious what you mean when you can upgrade the mounts that you purchased with the Collector's or Premium Edition.
So, really, the upgrading mounts process is part of the normal gameplay process there. It means that these awesome mounts that you're getting will upgrade after you hit certain milestones in content. So, if you finished a certain quest, this mount upgrade will be upgraded for you as well. So, if you have this mount, this Premium Edition mount or the Collector's Edition mount will be an upgraded version. You'll get an upgraded version. It just has better stats, and it's part of the process that you'll be doing anyways to just go through the entire expansion experience. So no new mechanic or anything behind there. You'll just go do a quest and you'll get a better reward because you have a fantastic Phoenix.
But you can still use the visual of the one that you bought. That was
yes, yeah. Well, the visuals actually won't change with those upgrades. They're just going to get better stats for you, so you can keep using your mount for longer.
Excellent.
I'm in Kesora currently. Just showing you some of the interior here. And the artist who did this zone was Nick Viatar. I probably screwed up his name. Sorry, Nick.
That stonework is amazing.
All right, and I'll show you City of Mist.
Which a couple of people might have been eager to see.
The lost city of Torsus. Because you'll remember that there was a section of the City of Mist in Kunark previously. And if you go in-game right now, you'll find the entrance here.
I think the login server's just got a spike.
Some of the architecture.
Anybody who played in EQ will recognize Sarnak ghosts in the City of Mist.
This was all Rick Randolph, environment artist. He brought this together. It's got this very misty, worn feel to it.
Yeah.
Little event here where you summon a boss.
It's like a spoiler warning. Click things to begin to shake.
Yeah, but you don't know what you have to do to make them clickable.
But I know now. You just clicked it.
That guy's cool. Oh.
So that was
That's nice.
That's our old. So like we called them iron golems in EverQuest or in expansion 4. They are now black. They're basically black reavers, and this is the translucent misty version, the Mist Reaver, updated
cool.
by Chris Atkins.
That's very cool.
Gotta go reave some mists.
Yes. Let's see. Where else can I take you guys? Sorcerer's Tower.
So this is the Arcana-Say Spire. And if anybody who's following the lore from the last expansion, the Arcana-Say Spire was discussed, and it is the last hiding place of the... Oh, I'm sorry. It is the hiding place of the last Chaos Stone. And yes, there's a reason to be going there. This expansion picks up right where the last one left off.
Ah,
And now we're under the world, but discovering the under the world, so that's awesome.
Supposed to go slow. Go slow.
trying. These zones are massive.
Players can't do this, by the way. This is flying through.
Cheating.
Yes, yes.
Open.
No, it's locked. There you go.
Float through it instead.
There, that's it. It is. The art in here is again amazing.
very
This is another one
mystical.
of Nick's.
It's a walking encyclopedia.
Is that an homage to a couple of our lore hounds?
Somebody really had too much paperwork to do.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Bureaucrat. Level 13. Not really saying a lot, sorry. Really just taken in on this art and seeing the NPCs within it and just how magnificent this is. It's really coming together.
So we should probably make a little bit of time to get questions before then and
Cool.
start wrapping up. Is there anything else, Chris, that we should see here zone-wise?
Not that I want to reveal right now.
We're
So
told
we're
to
good.
mention a plane, but not show it or say the name of it. What would you like to say about a new plane?
It's not a 747.
Deplane.
Yeah, so this new plane is going to be created out of a couple remnants, and it definitely is part of the story arc that we've been telling, and the reveal on that is quite amazing. I feel like we're going someplace cool with it.
How soon will players, after they get into the expansion, before they see the new plane?
Oh, quite a bit of time.
Okay.
Yeah. That takes a while for that story to unfold.
Some of the new armor appearance.
So this is Merc appearance armor,
No.
player appearance
No,
armor?
no.
Player.
Player.
Merc armor doesn't have appearances.
Yeah,
does it?
because
Okay.
most of our mercs actually don't have the ability to put on, because of the way the NPC models were made, don't have the ability to actually put on an appearance piece. So most of our merc armor will not actually have appearances.
And your face will show.
Yeah,
This is on a mist man, so this is just a very misty character. It's basically animated armor is all this one is.
So I'm going to pop up the pre-order information one more time. Pre-orders are now available. Kunark Ascending launches Tuesday, November 15th. If you purchase Kunark Ascending, you get a level 100 character boost. So even if you haven't played EverQuest 2 in a while, you can get right back into the game and play with your friends. And as Chris drives around a little bit, I'm going to grab a few questions from chat before we wrap up the stream.
And all this new armor and weapons that you're seeing, Nabrin was the artist who provided us with all of this gorgeousness.
So also remember that along with the pre-order, you also get that amazing Phoenix statue as an immediate claim. So you get the level 100 boost and the Phoenix statue of awesome.
So grabbing questions from chat. Can you organize wardrobe tab so equipment sets are more easily, so you can swap out more quickly?
I have no idea. I'll have to look into that for you. Our Bungie is actually the programmer that did the wardrobe tab, so I'll go grill him on that for you.
Let's see what else we get here. Back to the thing, Ascension class, Heroic, Raid, Solo, Advanced.
So, I mean, it's going to increase your power in all of these things, and some of these things are going to have an absolute difference on how some fights are done. So, it's going to be beneficial for everybody. I mean, the abilities are very powerful. They're Ascension abilities. They are, the epitome of ability. You are becoming more powerful by gaining them. So when you compare them to class abilities, these are going to actually be more powerful than most of them. So you're going to want to definitely look into Ascension class. And I mean, it's going to have a progression hit on all of the different things. So if you're a higher Ascension class, you're going to find it easier to run through solo dungeons. solo dungeons aren't going to be tuned for them in mind. Early heroics are not going to be tuned for them in mind because it's going to take you time to get them. However, solo dungeons aren't.
Sorry, the chat reset and thus made sounds.
Excellent. Solo dungeons aren't, and early heroics are not tuned for them in early raids. They're not tuned for them in mind, but there are things that are definitely going to require you to look into it to make a strategy easier. But that's kind of how power goes. As you get more powerful, strategy gets easier. And Chris is over there, looting shinies.
Shiny on.
I think I mentioned each one of these has 10 levels. Every class can get all 4 of them. They can only be one Ascension class at a time, but there's going to be a reason that you want to have all 4 classes all the way up, so that if you're the absolute most hardcore strategist, do the best strategy for each individual encounter, you'll have all the options available to you. And like I said, with those combo abilities, all the options aren't going to be everybody wants to have the same thing all the time.
Point of interest quest markers. Something that will or won't be this expansion.
Won't.
Did you want to chat a little bit why?
So the last expansion, it worked really, really well to not have those quest markers on the map. And what we mean by that is what I'm referring to, at least. Hopefully, the player and I are on the same wavelength here. Are when you have a quest and you can see on the map that it's blue and blinking, either a section or a dot. So we're not doing that. We're making sure to continue going forward of having a really strong description as to where you're supposed to go and what the expectations of that quest is, but not giving you the map indicators for it.
Yeah, so
we found that actually pulled you out of the game. You were looking more at your map, and you weren't actually in the realm of EverQuest at that point. You weren't really feeling the environment.
Well,
There's the word, immersion.
And players talking to each other also.
Oh,
Players
that's
are
strong, right? When you are lost and you're like, where did you find that detail? Right? Yes, we absolutely need that. The community coming together. And these quests, again, shouldn't require, other than the epics, the regular quests aren't going to require that, but it certainly is a side effect of having people in the world and talking with one another. So this is a good thing. It also makes you pay a little bit more attention to the dialogue from the NPCs.
We could probably grab 1 or 2 questions, and we'll probably wrap up here. Any other questions, expansion questions from chat? Something I might have
We will thoroughly
missed.
ignore any non-expansion related question.
Let's see. Can we show them a harvest node?
I don't know if they are visible.
They are visible. I just don't know what the string is for Chris to go directly to one, so unfortunately, no. Not easily, not without him just browsing around looking for one.
No level cap increase from this expansion, but there are ascension classes, so there are ways to advance your character, but it's not just the number going up across all classes.
Yeah, ascension class levels, not profession classes.
How easy will it be to switch between ascensions on the fly while you're going through solo or raid content?
You will actually have to return to an NPC to switch your ascension class, so you will not be changing from boss to boss unless you want to take a break and go do so. But for beta, we will make that a lot easier so that everybody can get some testing. But you will have to actually return to ascension class masters to switch.
And just in case you missed the beginning of the stream, beta will be available to everybody that pre-orders the expansion. Beta most likely begins Tuesday, October 11th. If you're in beta, you get access to the beta server and the beta forums, so you can chat with these guys and let them know your feedback about the expansion as you're testing it during beta. Resolve still part of the expansion?
Resolve is still part of the expansion. Not really an expansion question, but close enough.
but again, stats for armor and way that encounters are going to behave. Do they have new epic weapons with this expansion?
Yes.
Why, yes.
Yes, we do. One per class.
Someone didn't watch the first part of the stream.
Well, you know what? Maybe I didn't actually spell that out, and that is probably my bad
Oh my gosh.
on that one. So yes, there's new epic weapons, and you will be amazed at these things. Nobrin did a spectacular job taking the original art and making it better. And this is not an understatement. It is. You wouldn't even thought that it was possible. The way that he has just made these things so much better. Yeah.
And we'll preview some of the graphics for those weapons as
Oh,
we
that'd
get
be great.
closer to the expansion.
That'd be great.
I mean, you actually sent over the images.
I did. There are some animated
Yeah.
GIFs because you have to see these things in their animation. The one screenshot does not do them any justice. They're spectacular. Yeah.
So I'll pop over the screen here. So let's go ahead and wrap up the stream. So you want to pop in here? Half a moment. We'll go back to the 2-camera mode. So if I can get... let's do 1 camera, actually. 1 camera, because we get pre-orders on the screen. So this has been Kunark Ascending stream. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Pre-orders are available now. Kunark Ascending launches Tuesday, November 15th. You get a level 100 character boost when you purchase the expansion. If you pre-order, you get that level 100 character boost immediately. If you've been away from the game for a little while, come hang out with these guys.
Yep. Enjoy it.
Any other last words?
Nope. Thanks, guys.
Enjoy. Try not to die in any of our dungeons.